Hello guys and welcome back to my series where I fix things, I guess. I've done it with the Ballon d'Or and United so far, but let's talk about a big one that comes up every single week of Premier League football: VAR. Constantly issues, constantly a problem with something happening each week. There's also always a big controversy. So let's just talk about it. Let's just go into the whole depth of what is wrong with VAR and the way it's used in the Premier League specifically. Because there's going to be problems with VAR, but let's talk about why it's affecting us Premier League fans week in, week out, for no reason. Starting off with offside. I think offside is going to be the biggest one that we'll talk about here, because offside was one of them things at first where we just was like, VAR can't get it wrong. VAR, every time VAR has been intervened with offside, we've had no reason to complain because we can see the lines on the pitch. But this one here that I'm showing you here, this incident happening in the Liverpool game against Spurs a couple of weeks ago was atrocious. It was atrocious, and it did bring up the topic of why are we using this when this is available. Like, this technology is brilliant, and we just couldn't have an argument with it. We could see where the line was. We could see what parts of the body were offside. It wasn't just a line drawn, and it was up to speculation. This was perfect, and I don't know why the Premier League chose not to use it. There must be like an odd, like something where it didn't work for summer, or it's hard to implement in the stadiums. I don't know, but this is what should be getting used. Genuinely, not a complaint about this. This is so good for technology, and it saves about 10 years during the lines. We can see it was like that. It was like no time wasted in the world. It was brilliant. It was honestly so good, and I don't know why the Premier League so against it. Right, and on to the next point: handball. Handball should not. I get why handball is so controversial, but it shouldn't be. Like, if this isn't handball, then this shouldn't be handball. The thing is, this was handball, so therefore this should be handball. Like, it's annoying to see. Honestly, you know, I picked out these ones because we're against United, yeah, but that's the ones that I've seen the most. That's ones where I can think about it straight away and go, yeah, that one happened. It's these big games and the ones that happen in United games. This is handball. This is handball. Look where his hand is. It should not be there. You go, oh, that's why he's falling. Who falls like that? You're not falling like that. You cannot fall like that, right? Okay, your hand does not need to be all the way out here. That's ridiculous, honestly. I like the silhouette rule of, you know, if his hand's down here, that's not, what's he going to do with his hand there? His hand's down at his side, no. If his hand's here, that's handball if he's hitting his hand there, right? Your hand, you know, you can avoid touching the ball with your hands. You're not like people, you never play football, right? You can honestly avoid it because, and it's the thing of, it's the same player here that I've chosen, Romero, because he's done it twice, and that just shows it's just what he does. He just needs to rein his fucking arms in. And people are like, oh, it is like we're a season. Yeah, good red card he got the other day. Leave it out, honestly, leave it out. This is another one where they have a couple of good games and they get deluded by, oh my god, he's actually changed. No, he's decent. Romero is a decent defender. Not great. He ain't great. This is a more controversial handball where it's come off of McAllister's chest and onto his arm, which I do feel is unfair. He has tried to control it with his chest. I do understand that, but at the same time, it did lead to a goal, and that's where you kind of have to look at it of, you know, how is it affecting the game? If his hand wasn't there, the ball would have gone past him, and then Toulouse would have gone on a counter-attack. I know this is Champions League, but this is the one that I could think of the most. It has touched his arm. It is unfair, yes, but it's handball. You're touching the ball with your hand, and it's directed into a goal. I feel like it does punish the attackers more than it punishes defenders, but I feel like I should just punish all. You touch the ball with your hand, it is against the law. You know, Maradona did it against England, and everyone was uproared. So the handball's handball. Let's just face it as that. That's all we need to look at it and go, handball. Yeah, he's touched the ball with his hand. Don't need to spend 10 years at different angles where it's touched his arm. We need to see if it's touched his arm. And that is it. Then, devil's advocate. Now, this is a bit different because it's not like one of the actual rules in football of, oh, this is controversial. This is, for these decisions where it does get a bit controversial, there should be someone in that room, whether it's another referee, just to be like, argue against the point that the ref's making. Like, if you're saying it's handball, the ref should be able to, this other ref should be there to say why it's not handball, if you get me. Someone to contradict what the referee's saying. And I know that might take a bit longer, but it shouldn't take a bit longer. It's just a discussion between the referee, and it adds someone in that room just to be like, yeah, but have you seen like this that happened before and you didn't give that? Just something like that. There's someone to be like, you're wrong. No matter what, they have to argue why the ref is wrong. And I feel like that would help in a sense, because it would open up another opinion and other eyes onto the situation, because I feel like that's just what's needed at this point. Someone else to look at it, whether that be an actual professional referee or just someone in the room. Like, whether it was on the Liverpool game before when we was talking about the Luis Diaz offside and the video operator was like, no, that's the wrong decision. Just something like that, honestly, just something to go, no, your decision is wrong. What are you talking about? You're crazy. What are you talking about here? I feel that's just needed. Someone in this room, just to be like, yeah, that's the wrong decision. That shouldn't be made. And another one, it kind of contradicts it, but time. If you're going to spend 10 years looking at a decision, track that 10 years. Honestly, if the ball's not being played for these 10 minutes, it needs to be tracked. But not only that, time being wasted needs to be tracked. I already said and we've seen it a lot more. We've seen a lot more extra time. But I still think the ball's only being played for like 70 minutes in a game. It's a 90-minute game of football. We should be playing 90 minutes. There's a lot of time wasting that goes on. In games that I've watched recently, specifically against Brentford, Strakosha was time wasting so much against United. And then I think it was Dubravka in the Carabao Cup, constant time wasted, and the ref just wasn't doing anything. It was like 20 seconds at one point, and he was just taking the piss, and the ref did nothing about it. It needs to be cut down on more. If it gets to sending off goalkeepers because they wasted time too many times in a match, send them off. Punish these players for time wasting, for taking time away from the fans who wanted to watch the game of football. Not a game of a goalkeeper stood above the ball for 20. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And then my final point, and the most important point, consistency. If you're going to give one decision as that, you need to give all decisions as that. But that's the argument too much that we see in football of, this was given last week, oh, that was given. Be consistent. That's all we ask for. Like, red card offence. I can understand why it's a red card offence. Yellow card offence. This was less worse than this one. This one was an awful, like, got nowhere near the ball, right into his ankle. This one, Casemiro's foot rolled over, got the ball first, rolled over the ball because of the force he went into it, and went, yes, it's reckless, yes, it's a red card, because he's gone into him with his ankle, it's endangering another player. This endangers him even more. This is awful, right? This was such a red card offence, and just nothing. I do feel bad because a lot of these decisions that I've picked out here are on big teams. I do want to pick out more on small teams, but these are the big games that are on TV. These are the ones that everyone's seeing with their own eyes and being like, that is awful. And the refs that are giving these awful decisions need to see more punishment than a weekend down in the Championship, Anthony Taylor. And then getting the biggest game of the weekend, Chelsea vs City. And I am pre-recording this before the Chelsea vs City game, but I imagine there's going to be some howlers in that game. Absolute howlers. And you can come comment whatever the howlers were, because I'm expecting them. I'm waiting for the howlers to happen, because the refs just aren't consistent enough or good enough with the decisions, where it just baffles me. It just honestly baffles me how these are professional referees make decisions week in, week out. And the solution isn't Howard Webb going on Sky Sports with Michael Owen every week and being like, oh, these are decisions and this is why we made these decisions, and we made these 3 mistakes this weekend and we do apologise for them. That's not good enough. They need to be like punished for these mistakes. They can't just be progressing into, dropping them down to the Championship is even worse. Put them just out of it. Like, genuinely, if you're not good enough to referee a Premier League game, you're not good enough to referee a game. That's just how it should be, And he made Anthony Taylor did make an absolute howler in the championship when he backed that on there as well. I don't know, it's crazy. But yeah, that is just some key points of what could really fix VAR. This is just simple stuff. Improving the offsides, defining the handball rule so it's not up for contention of was that handball, was that not. There's a really annoying one when we played Palace and Ward's hand was out here and he punches the ball away basically. And we got nothing for it. The devil's advocate just needed someone to just be like, are you stupid? What makes you think that is the right decision there? No matter what, if it's the right or wrong decision, I don't care. There's someone who's been there to argue that decision. And the time needs to be kept off because we're not seeing that time. We do see it, but it's not seeing it enough, I'd say. We're just not taking the time. They do take the time with the decisions. These decisions just need to be like this one here that's on the screen right now. The VAR took like 5 different looks at it. It should be this. Go, oh my god, he's hit him hard there. Referee on the field, go look at this that we're going to show on the screen right now. Referee on the field, you make your decision. Because the ref on the field is the one that should be making a decision at the end anyway. That's what it should be. Instantly, rather than look at 5 angles, it's just go look at it. Just go look at it. It looks bad. Go look at it. And then consistency. If that, as I said, if that's a red card, that's a red card. You know, that was a red card. That wasn't. It should both be a red card. But yeah, that's my simple points, guys. I do hope this comes to you after some awful decisions at the weekend, and we'll wait and see. But thank you for watching, guys, and let your rage go down in the comments about whatever VAR decision has made you so annoyed this year so far, because it's been a lot. Cheers for watching, guys. Thanks.